Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. So it was reported that the Atlanta Hawks are going to be suitors in Ben Simmons, maybe at some point during the season or the offseason. I don't really know when, man. It's been a minute since we've actually talked about Ben Simmons. It just seems like, he was the talk of the NBA world every single day. Now we got to the point where just like nobody really cares. Just nobody really cares. It seems like a lot of teams and their fan bases are just not interested in taking on Ben Simmons. The Philadelphia 76ers, while I do think they'd be a better team with Ben Simmons because he's an impactful player, they're not like garbage. So, it just seems like everybody's kind of moved on, man. So this one kind of popped out, and I thought it would be interesting to talk about because nobody really up until this point has talked about Ben Simmons on the Atlanta Hawks. And yeah, man, I feel like it's actually, in a way, a pretty good fit. So over on my Twitter account, as you guys can see, actually not see, but my Twitter account is at CrispyFlakes2K. I asked you guys, what do you think these type of trades would look like to get Ben Simmons over on the Hawks? Because not only from, the Hawks' perspective, taking out Ben Simmons, but also the 76ers, is there enough, just trade value warranted to trade him away? Because we all know that Daryl Morey, his trade packages and, value of how he sees Ben Simmons is ridiculously high. At least it was, a month or two ago. I don't know, maybe if he's kind of simmered down a little bit on that and the expectations of what he's going to get back. But, yeah, man, we're going to try to think of a trade that makes sense here and go through all your guys' trades and do all that good stuff, man. So before we get going on this video, if you guys don't mind leaving a like and, of course, subscribing if you're new to the channel would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Okay, so before we get into, your guys' trade packages, let's see what the Hawks are all about this season, man. So the Atlanta Hawks on the season right here, they are 17-21, which is 12th in the Eastern Conference. Not even in the play-in tournament right now, man. So yeah, that's pretty crazy to really think about. So on the season, they have their second in offensive rating, 27th in defensive rating. Their pace is 19th, so that's kind of interesting to kind of think about. Opponents' points per game, 25th in that, 7th in points per game. Just looking at the basic analytics right here, you could see why a guy like Ben Simmons makes complete sense. He's going to up the pace of the team. He's going to up that defensive rating, and they're already fantastic offensively to the point where it's you either maintain that or maybe you take a little bit of a step back by getting Ben Simmons, in your starting five. But overall, man, just the TLDR, it seems like it would make a lot of sense, right, man? So yeah, then obviously you got to look at the assets and everything of who they actually have on the team. Now, when I heard Ben Simmons to the Hawks, my initial thought was John Collins has to be part of that trade. I don't know if he really necessarily has to be, and even if I am the Hawks, I don't know if I'm really doing that because, just you would assume that in this case that they trade John Collins for Ben Simmons, some sort of trade package right there, that Ben Simmons would be starting at the power forward spot and him next to Clint Capella. I just don't know if I like that. That's just really, really, really going to take a big time hit to their offense, in my opinion, man. It's maybe a little bit too much of a hit, right? So the ideal situation would be able to get Ben Simmons without trading away either Trae Young or John Collins, and you kind of build yourself a big three. I would say anybody else is on the trade block at that point, man. I would say so. So yeah, also Ben Simmons, obviously he hasn't played all this season, but just if you need a reminder of some of these out because of his back. And not his damn back, bro. It's not his damn back. 14 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds per game last season. Obviously one of the quickest players of the basketball. It just works next to Trae Young, and their skill sets would really, I think, just really mesh nicely together is the best way to put it. So yeah, man, just my thoughts on Ben Simmons real quick. Y'all know he's a good player. Who the hell is calling him the Wizard of Oz? Wait, what else? We got. I gotta go. I've never seen these nicknames. Simo the Savage, Young Socialite, the Fresh Prince. I like that. So that's pretty cool. Maybe not if he's not in Philly anymore. Peacemaker. Don't know about that. Just Benny the Yank, Big Ben. Come on now. Not everybody can be Big Ben. That was for Ben Roethlisberger and Big Ben Wallace. The Wizard of Oz is pretty good. I don't know why. Okay. Let's go through your guys' trades here, man. I don't think there's too many posts here, so it shouldn't take too long. But we got Kings fans starting off by saying, not happening. The Sixers don't need young assets. They have Joel Embiid. So let me actually pull up the 76ers roster real quick here, men. Is this season? No, last season. My apologies. Okay, there's got to be a better way to do this, man. Okay, Philadelphia 76ers. There we go, man. Because, just get an idea who's actually on their team and stuff, right? So as far as like too many young assets, I mean, Tyrese Maxey's nice. They do have Joel Embiid as 27. I get what he's saying right here, where it's like Joel, especially being a 7-footer with the injury history, like those guys' windows typically don't stay open for too long. So I could see where they don't want to get like rebuild type of players and they want like a win now type of asset. Okay, I get what he's saying with that for sure. Here we have Udav saying Reddish or Jalen Johnson. Only one of the two, man, not both. If I had to guess, and Bogdanovich for salary, that's not enough. Sorry to say, my guy. It can make sense. Trey at the 1, Ben at the 3 will help at defense. Yes, yes, yes. We got Eli saying Reddish, Gallinari, Lou Will probably. Reddish, good young asset. Gallinari, Lou Williams, older players, but definitely like can help. Right now, I would say right now they'd be able to help. Plus, Lou Williams back on the 76ers. Like, who doesn't want to see that, man? John Collins would have to be in it. Simmons, Collins, Capella would be terrible. That's a good point. Well, I didn't really think about that either. If they do manage to keep Collins, then you are running a big-ass lineup essentially of, Trey Young, whoever the 2 is going to be. Let's just say Kevin Huerter. Trey Young, Kevin Huerter, Ben Simmons, John Collins, Clint Capella. Like, that's a big-ass lineup. It definitely gives you maybe like tall ball vibes that like the Cavaliers have, which definitely work. But I think Evan Mobley's, at least like his skill set, I think is better than John Collins, like especially in the long run. And then, Jarrett Allen is a bit more mobile than like a Clint Capella, where, it works for the Cavaliers. I don't know if that's a good point, man. That's a good point. Here we go. We got a trade here. What do we got here, man? Okay, so it's a 3-team trade. You can't see all of it, but it's Bledsoe, John Collins, Jalen Johnson. Hawks get Danny Green, Ben Simmons, and the Clippers get Danilo Gallinari. So, okay, the 76ers getting Bledsoe, John Collins, and Jalen Johnson. I don't know, man. I feel like Cam Reddish would need to be included. Like, that just seems like 2 things that just need to happen, and Ben Simmons is getting traded to the Hawks. Do Hawks rebuild Simmons trade? That'd be kind of fun to do. Philadelphia makes no sense. They said we won't trade him for anyone but a top 25 player, and they're not going to trade him for what? John Collins. It makes no sense. It's a good point, man, and that's what it comes down to is Maury's like, just like his trade value of Ben Simmons at this point. Like, if he's not willing to accept that, Trae Young's the only top 25 player on the Hawks team. So, yeah, we got Reddish, Gallinari, and some picks. Collins and Reddish for Simmons. Okay. Oh, here we go. What do we got here, man? So we got Bogdan, John Collins, and Cam Reddish for Danny Green and Ben Simmons. That's quite the haul for the Hawks to give up, but they're also 12th in the Eastern Conference. So, I mean, at this point, is it worth, like, maybe trying something new out? Like, none of these guys are top 25. John Collins is kind of close just enough. That is actually a really good haul for the 76ers to get. I don't know if I would do that if I'm the Hawks, though, but like I said, they are in a not great situation at this point in the season. What do we got here, man? What do we got here? We got Solomon Hill, John Collins, Jalen Johnson. Okay, so at this point, we're going to see a lot of the same trade for Ben. Okay, I guess we didn't see that. Oh, yeah, here's the name right here, DeAndre Hunter. DeAndre Hunter is actually a really good basketball player, and that's a very interesting trade. Like, you could do something like Tyrese Maxey, have Cam Reddish, DeAndre Hunter, Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid. I actually kind of like that for a team. Then obviously having like guys like Seth Curry and stuff on the team too. So you had to make it work. But yeah, man. Okay. So yeah, seems like a lot of either Cam Reddish or John Collins, but not both, which I agree with. So let's go ahead, hop over here to NBA 2K. How's my doing the dishes achievement going? 60%. Get 5 assists in my career. I'll never play my career again. Okay, so let's go to the trade. Let's go to the trade finder first and see what. Oh my god, because I can't technically trade for Ben Simmons because he's injured. Okay, so I don't know if I'm actually gonna do a trade in this video here, man. That's fine. You know what? Okay, let's make him not injured real quick here. You guys get to see the full behind the scenes, man, of how Crispy Flakes, operates up in here, man. So Ben Simmons, edit player. Let's make this man the healthiest he's ever been. He's healthy right now. Keep that in mind. But according to 2K, let's see what does 2K say? Does it say personal issues? Okay, so at least they're saying personal issues and not making up back. It ain't the damn back. You don't want to put the team on his back. That's what it is. Nah, it's been kind of awkward. So, yeah, okay, let's see if there is a trade that just like 2K is like, okay, like, yes, let's do this one. Because maybe they got a good idea here, man. Ben Simmons is being offered up. So here they got John Collins, DeAndre Hunter for Ben Simmons, Matisse Thybulle. Ooh. Can you imagine defensively, though, adding Ben Simmons and Matisse Thybulle to the team? And then we have Trae Young, Gallinari for Ben Simmons and Tyrese Maxey. That would be insane, bro. If Trae Young ended up playing with Joel Embiid, that would literally be insane. Okay? Let me go ahead and try to put a trade together. What am I feeling in the moment? Okay, so 76ers, Ben Simmons, $33 million. Okay, so right off the top of things, Gallinari for salary. No, I don't know if he needs to be included. Cam Reddish, because he's been like a big trade piece. Bogdanovich, which gives him like a 29-year-old really good scorer, man. Like, that's going to add spacing to the team. That's not too bad. I feel like something else, though. I feel like DeAndre Hunter probably have to be added to the mix. That's quite a bit to give up, though. That's quite a bit to give up. Okay, then we got to toss in some pieces. Let's toss in... I'm actually cool with Matisse being tossed in, because at that point, you got to make a choice, like, which players you're going to play. And that adds to their defense. Let's toss in another just like low salary player. Okay, so this works on paper here, man. And I think getting Matisse back in it too, like, actually like makes this right here make a little bit more sense. And then you could also argue, you know, additional assets or like picks or something. Like, this is literally like off top of my mind, with the assumption that we know that the 76ers want a top 25 player back, which they're not getting, but they are getting a lot of good young players that can help win now, in my opinion, man. Whew, what y'all think? Is this enough? Or do you think John Collins has to be included? I feel like including DeAndre Hunter helps out a lot. It makes sure there's nobody I'm missing here, man. You might be able to convince me in a John Collins type of thing. Especially having Gallinari on the team and stuff, like... Or just like DeAndre Hunter, I feel like it could work. That's all we got for this video, man. I can't go farther, but this is giving me a headache. What y'all think, man? It's... Ben Simmons is so confusing. Because, like, what 76er fans want... and what they're going to get is two totally different things. But also it's the mindset too where like NBA fans are going to just be so over what Ben Simmons like mentality is these days, where they're not going to want to give up too much either. So I don't know if there's a solution. I think one of these days it's just going to happen and the trade's going to be completely one-sided either way, man. That's all we got for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace out, my friends.